Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, it's Cynicalex, and we have the first official sneak peek for the upcoming February update, and this one looks to be very interesting. Now, I know I say that about every single sneak peek, so let's just get into it, and you can decide and you can judge for yourself once you see what it is. Recently, we've gotten reports about a character that is searching for the whereabouts of his old enemy. He is a wise hero with a strong sense of justice. Now, that immediately to me sounds like Captain America, but we'll wait and see here. While his presence isn't anything to worry about, the fact that my report was abruptly cut off is troublesome. This really doesn't mean anything. I think we need to find his last location. Then we have this video here. I'm just going to play the video real quick for you. We see these two images light up and sort of flicker out. It's a nice touch. What's up, Brian and Seaton? It's a nice touch there. And from what we can see, there's some sort of, shadowy image with the Hydra red and the Hydra symbol, and there's of course the Tesseract. Or no, that's not the Tesseract. That's the is it the Tesseract? Anyways, that's the space stone inside the cube, the cosmic cube or whatever. And then this looks like a Captain America-esque uniform, but it's a little bit different. I stumbled upon two silhouettes in the dark. Captain America looks different than usual. I'm worried about what's happening. More information will be posted soon. Over on Twitter, they said, to effectively crush our weakness, these high-ranking Hydra leaders will be needing an upgrade. Now, before we get into exactly who this is, needing an upgrade can be multiple things now. Of course, needing an upgrade, primarily, if these are for existing characters, would be uniforms. That is the primary way in which characters in Marvel Future Fight get uniforms, so this could be a uniform sneak peek. However, on top of the needing an upgrade from a Hydra uniform, there's the possibility of Tier 3. I know it's not a Tier 3 sneak peek, but I just mean in general, an upgrade could be considered a Tier 3. But also now, the other thing we have to consider, the third thing we have to consider is the Awakening skill. The Awakening skill could be that upgrade that these high-ranking Hydra leaders could be needing. So there is quite a bit to speculate on that. However, I want to show you guys something even more interesting. Check this out. We're over on Photoshop, one of my favorite places to be, so I can do something like this. I can draw a circle here for this guy's face, and I can draw a circle here, and I can say that these two characters are connected in a really big way, and it's really important to see how they're connected. But anyways, what I really wanted to show you guys is actually when you play with the levels, and you bring up the brightness, you can very clearly see that that is none other than Red Skull. That's right. So Red Skull, was it Johann Schmidt? I can't remember his name exactly, but yeah, Red Skull. So this means that there's a very, very good chance Red Skull, well, there's a 99% chance that Red Skull is getting a uniform. That is huge. Now, this face does look like Captain America's face, or lips, or whatever. And the sneak peek does say Captain America looks different, but personally, I don't think this is going to be a uniform for Captain America. He just got one with $30.99. It was free. It's mostly for the story mode. I know, but I really, really highly doubt he's getting another uniform. They know how much we love the Endgame uniform. They know how much we love the Cap with wielding Mjolnir. I really think that this is either going to be a separate character, or this is going to be a uniform for another villain. I really don't think they're going to be giving Captain America a villain uniform. It's possible that I'm wrong. I would hope that I'm not wrong, because it's the last thing we need. The last thing we need nowadays is uniforms for characters that are already strong. So we can say with 100% certainty two things. Red Skull's getting a uniform, and there's going to be another either uniform or character who bears a striking similarity to Captain America. I'm not saying this is Steve Rogers. I'm not saying this is a uniform for Captain America, but it will bear a striking resemblance to him. But honestly, with all of these uniforms, in addition to the fact that we have already the, we have already the Marvel Now uniform. Now, this one is not exactly the same. This is the Marvel Now, the beginning of the Secret Empire storyline, where he's on that ship and he turns and he says, "Hail Hydra." And that's where the story sort of takes off. And that was that one shot and that one comic panel that got so much attention in media. And, tons of outlets were like, Captain America's evil. Captain America's been a Hydra sleeper cell the whole time, yada, yada, yada. Well, spoiler alert here for Secret Empire. So if you're reading Secret Empire and you don't want to know the ending, you want to pause the video now or mute the video. Spoiler warning, you've been warned. It turns out at the end of Secret Empire that that's not actually Captain America. That's someone else pretending to be Captain America. So it's possible that we're going to get that guy, that person, with this uniform. But I don't want to focus on that for this video because there are some people that are going to be upset at the idea of Captain America getting another uniform. And I agree with you. Captain America does not deserve or need another uniform. But I don't want to stress that part because I trust Netmarble enough. I don't trust them all the way, but I trust them enough to realize that we don't need a uniform for him. So I'm thinking it's either a brand new character, which is you know, it's okay. A brand new combat villain is okay, or it's a uniform for Crossbones. Like I'm not saying it makes sense. Crossbones does not dress up as Captain America in Secret Empire or anything like that. It doesn't make sense, but Red Skull in Secret Empire doesn't have that uniform either. So they're mixing and matching already. Right? The Red Skull uniform is from like an alternate version of Earth. It's like Earth 10,000 2041. And then this Captain America, or this version of Captain America, this Evil Steve, is another version entirely. And actually, at the end of Secret Empire, the real Captain America, who's still a good guy, he was a good guy all along, he beats the shit out of this fake Captain America, who kind of looks like Civil Warrior from Marvel Contest of Champions. What I want to focus on today instead is, for this sneak peek, I really want to hype up the possibility of Red Skull getting a uniform because there is a lot of good that they can do for him that he's never gotten. Red Skull has never been a good character in Marvel Future Fight from the very beginning. Since I started playing this game, he was never ever a good character. The only thing that was even remotely decent about him was that he had a stun. He had a 3-second stun with a 6-second cooldown. And that was rare in 2015. So they need to recognize that Red Skull has been literally shite for almost 5 years. And they need to give him a rogue type rework. They need to give him like a, you know, more than Cyclops. They need to go like Winter Soldier level or rogue level. Like they really need to give him a proper rework. And my other comment, hopefully, I mean, it's already been decided, but hopefully they will keep him as a speed villain, not for ABX, but because we don't have enough good speed villains. So it'd be really good to spread out and sort of increase the number of different archetypes we have. You know, we have enough blast villains. I mean, we don't have that many blast villains, but we have enough blast villains. You created 3 new blast villains with the Phoenix 5 update, Cyclops, Magic, and Emma. We've got other blast villains. We've got Magneto tier 3. You've got multiple tier 3 blast villains. We don't need more blast villains. We have very few speed villains. So giving him, keeping him in the speed tag and giving him the villain tag. Well, not giving him the villain tag. He's already a villain. But making him a good villain, a good speed villain, I think would be really important. Now, how they can make him a good speed villain, I'm not sure. But I think they need to be very careful with the numbers for clones. Marvel Future Fight has shown, even very recently with Pimtron, that they don't know how to balance characters with summons, even Crescent. So they really have to be careful. They need to balance this character as is, pretending he doesn't have summons, and then just add the summon skill in. Because if they try to balance this character around the summons, the character is going to be trash. They always undershoot the character's stats when they're building characters that have summons, especially summons that last a long time, because they don't want the character to be too overpowered by summoning these clones that are unkillable. But that's literally never been the case. Loki was the last time in 2016 that we had an overpowered character with summons. So, you know, aim for a Namor type rework, aim for, or power level, aim for a rogue type rework, and ignore the fact that he has summons, and then he can still have a summon skill. I like the Legion of Hydra skill, but I don't want to sacrifice the stats of Red Skull just to have this Legion of Hydra skill. If it comes between having a strong, balanced character without summons versus having a dog shit character that's too weak and has low stats but has summons, I'll take that first character 10 times out of 10. As much as I love summons in Marvel Future Fight, literally every character with summons is trash or near trash tier. Like, we go from the bottom up. Ultron is trash. Let's keep going along. Clea is pretty trash. She's not super trash, but she's pretty trash. Squirrel Girl, pretty trash. Not that strong. Kid Kaiju, not that strong at all. Who else has summons that we can make fun of? Because it's true. Fandral and all the Warriors 3, Hogan and Volstagg, yeah, they're pretty trash. What do you know? Sister Grimm, she's trash. Maximus, he's trash. The list literally goes on and on. Any character with summons, Phil Coulson, yup, he's trash. Who else? They're all trash. Marvel Future Fight does not know how to balance characters who have summons. So they really need to pay very close attention. You guys didn't do a good enough job. He's not strong enough. Nope. He's not strong. You were pretty close. Maybe another 30, 40% and you'd have it, but he wasn't strong enough. So I'm really hoping, not you, I'm really hoping that they do Red Skull justice. He really needs justice. However, I also want to remind you guys that more than Red Skull, I mean, I'm really happy whenever a bad character has the possibility to get a rework and become strong, especially a character like him who's never been strong. So I'm in his corner 100%. But I just want to say we need game mode reworks even more than we need character reworks. However, I can't really go on to, game mode reworks from a sneak peek about characters. So the last thing I will leave you guys with is the possibility. Now, there are a lot of possibilities from Secret Empire. I don't really want to get into all of them. I put these 3 together here because they're all garbage. They're all like really weak, low-tier characters, and you can see that they're all very closely linked. They have tons of different team-ups. They all deserve a uniform this update. They all deserve to be, at least in the heroic or legendary tier for power level. I mean, she was introduced as Sharon Rogers' arch nemesis. That's like literally the biggest joke I've ever told. She is so bad compared to Sharon Rogers, it's not even funny. So she needs a massive facelift a la Rogue. So they literally all need Rogue level upgrades. So if we got all 3 of them, that would be amazing. I would be really happy with that. But the last thing I wanted to leave you guys with, the last piece of hype, is the possibility with this Secret Empire update to get Superior Octopus. My lord, how amazing that would be. They could keep him as a combat villain, or they could make him a speed villain. They could do whatever they want, technically, and they could rework Dr. Octopus as a villain rather than this goofy app. I mean, I like this uniform in the comics. I don't like this uniform in Marvel Future Fight. So giving him a villain uniform, making him strong, giving him a rogue level rework like I'm saying they need to do for Red Skull and others would be amazing. Imagine an update where they fix one of the game modes, like they fix Conquest or whatever, and they bring 4 garbage tier villains out of the shadows and they make them meta. 4 villains. How like that would be the update of the year right there. So as usual, I am overhyped because I love this game and I just want it to succeed. So I just imagine all of the best possible scenarios. So please take what I'm saying with that in mind. I am overhyping it because I just can't help myself. I want the game to succeed. I want things to be amazing. I don't want to be like, oh, this is gonna be trash. I want to hope for the best. I want to have that optimism. But yeah, in the back of my mind, I do still have that cynicism about certain things, and that's why I warned about the summons and things like that could go wrong. And then even though I'm hammering the character rework bell really hard, I'm also taking that moment to ring the game mode rework bell. But the update is pretty much already in the books if they're throwing out sneak peeks. So hopefully one of these sneak peeks will lead to a game mode rework, and then we will be able to celebrate that as well. Whew. With that being said, let me know what you think of Red Skull. Let me know what you think of this Captain America-esque character. What do you think is going to come of that? What other Secret Wars or villain Hydra-related characters or reworks could you imagine or would you want to see? We still don't know if there are any new characters coming in this update, so you could always give speculation on that, whether you want like Madam Hydra or you want to get someone else going on, Graviton or something like that. Hit me up in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.